This is Doraemon on my t-shirt. So cute. Hello everyone, my name is Mahi and welcome back to my channel. I thought I would do like a very Jeffree Star intro. Welcome back to my channel, but I do not have a handheld mirror, so yeah. Today I'm just gonna talk. Like every single thing I do, I'm just gonna talk because there's a lot that I have been thinking about, and I thought what better way to express what I'm thinking about than to film myself talk about what I'm thinking about. So yeah. Is anyone else completely fazed by the fact that it's already July? I don't know why this always happens. The beginning of the year starts off so fast. We are 6 months already into the year, and now we're entering the final 6 months of the year. I don't understand, how does this happen? And most importantly, why does this happen? Why? I'm never nonchalant about anything, especially when it comes to stuff like this, because then everything in my head just starts going in the wrong direction. How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? How are things gonna happen? Am I wasting my time? Is everything always like this? Am I wasting another year? Even though I am doing so much, I have come a long way, okay? I've come a long way. And sometimes I struggle to appreciate that, because the second I stop doing something, I start feeling so useless. Because in a way, I feel like I've conditioned myself to believe, even though I know it's not true, but like that conditioning in my head, it's there, that, oh my God, no, I stop working, I stop doing anything, I am useless, I'm being a waste of time, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then it's like, oh, so now I have to go out look for a job. Where I don't want to, anything you do, if it's anything worthwhile, anything that makes me happy, I enjoy it. But then sometimes the thoughts really start to kick in when I think too much about it. Like 7th month of the year, I don't believe 7th month of the year. When I think about stuff like this, specifically pertaining to like how fast the year goes and everything, I become extremely terrified, because a lot I start to think about. That was not the right way, but yeah. And for me, what this summer feels like and what it represents is the fact that it has gone by so fast. And I don't know, maybe it's just that way for me because I've been on break for quite a while now, and I've been on a break since the end of March, June, July. So yeah, it's been like 4 months. Maybe that's why it feels that way. Or I just started, doing things. I just started working since March. So maybe, again, that's why it feels that way. But I feel like it's still finding itself. It's still finding its footing. And there's so much that I don't know, the summer feels, I don't want to say uneventful, because I'm trying to make it like really nice for myself. But last year, we had the Summer Olympics. Formula One was like crazy. Speaking of Formula One, Silverstone last night. Yeah, there were a lot of tears. I lost it. I cried. Anyway, there's just so much that was happening, like some fun things. Like, I miss the Olympics so bad. There was just something, the vibe, like every single year this happens, and I find myself to be a huge victim of nostalgia. I am driven and at the same time held back from what once was, from how things were before. I don't even realize I'm gonna miss a moment until I'm out of that moment, and it's a while later and I'm back to missing that moment. Something as simple as taking a walk, I'm nostalgic about it, because somehow taking a walk last year was different, because I had all these things to feel excited about, and it was the same about the year before. And now I'm like, why does everything feel so uneventful? And it's not even that, it just feels like it's like you're running out of time. And then I tell myself, I'm like, of course it feels that way, because I cannot fully seem to enjoy the present moment, because in my head I have driven myself to think about the past and the future so much that I miss out on the present moment completely, and later on I just start missing the most simple things. And then it becomes this whole cycle of like, oh my god, if I'm thinking about the past, and then if I'm wondering what's going to happen in the future, I'm losing out on this moment. And if I'm losing out on this moment, then basically things are just getting over quickly and I cannot enjoy a moment, and everything just reminds me of everything, and I get scared, and there's so much that goes on in my head, and then it's like this one long trail of thoughts that I cannot stop, even though I try, but I haven't mastered that yet. Nostalgia sucks. I have an extremely love-hate relationship with nostalgia, especially as someone who feels too much. I feel too much sometimes for my own good, but nostalgia has a way of just completely like imprisoning me. Imprisoned, is that even a word? It is a word. Am I using it right? Nostalgia completely has a way of just silently holding me captive. And then it holds me captive, and then I'm like, I miss so much. I miss so much about the simplest of things. And later on, like as I'm saying it out loud, I'm probably like, I spend so much time struggling to stay in the moment because I worry so much about the future. I think too much about the past, that something as simple as walking or sitting on my bed or walking outside, I miss it. I miss it like terribly. And I just, there are like these small things that make moments memorable. Like for example, I keep going back to this, I miss the Olympics. The vibes were insane. It was amazing. So much good was coming out of it, these exciting memories. And even Formula One now, I love it, but at the same time, I feel like there's a shift in the energy because of how much has changed, but I feel like everyone, even on the grid, is trying to adjust, and I cannot believe halfway point of the season, time is moving so fast. The next thing you know, they're about to go on summer break, and just how everything reminds me of something, and it encompasses me, and then I'm just there missing the most random things. But then I'm like, oh my god, when did it become this way for me? Like when did I know, and I know people are using it as a trend or whatever, but I have seen this go around lately called like nostalgia core, or like missing nostalgia and like feeling nostalgic about simpler times. Because of course, yeah, when you're in the moment you don't realize it, but once you're out of it you're like, oh, I'm gonna miss this. Somehow I find myself missing this, and then I'm thinking about the past, and then there's also FOMO, especially with me, fear of missing out. And I feel like I have missed out on so much, not a significant amount of things, but just some things that I thought in my head, like I built up in my head as a kid. Prom never happened, never got the money back for prom thanks to, the pandemic. And just some things with like friends, going out on like long drives and having these like girl talk moments, and I feel like I've suppressed that part of me so much now because I just don't find a place to let it out, laughing and enjoying and like being free and speaking openly without having to worry like, oh, are they going to use this against me? Is this like the right move? So much happens, and I find myself missing so much, and I find myself thinking about so much. And everything is just so fast now. Time moves fast. Time is not waiting for anyone. You think everything's fine. I have found there have been days since last year I find myself literally so out of touch with the calendar, with dates, with everything. It is so hot right now. Oh my god. Okay. But I found myself so out of touch with just everything pertaining to a calendar and time and anything that lets me know what day we're in, because it's much better that way. But the second I find out, like, I just lose it, because how is everything moving so fast? And why isn't why aren't, I know we get mad in the beginning of the year of everything going so slow, because somehow when things go slow, everyone has a more hellish time. Like every single time people complain about the year being slow in the beginning, everyone is like, oh, this happened, that happened, I hate it, I wanted to get it over with. But then once it starts going fast during summertime or whatever, everything just, it's like you can't catch up. You're playing a game of catch up, but somehow time is much better than you are, because you just cannot catch up. And it's like a huge chunk of you're losing this present moment, because I feel that way, because I just simply cannot be in the present moment, because then there are so many expectations and so many thoughts and so many things I believe I should be doing, that even if I relax, I'm like, oh my god, no way, I should do this, I should do that, what's gonna happen, am I gonna travel, I want to do this. I am all about making the summer about myself, enjoying things, doing things I love. But I have a love-hate relationship with nostalgia, because it makes me incredibly emotional. Sometimes it drives me, sometimes I don't want to say holds me back, but sometimes it just makes me like, physically it makes me like I lose it. And there is FOMO as well, as I said. So it's an amalgamation of both of these things. They take up so much space in my head, and you don't even realize how much that happens until the moment passes you by, and then you're kind of like, wait, it's such a random moment, but I miss it. There's something about the simplicity of it that I miss it, because somehow we just lost that simplicity, and what a better time to miss the past or miss what once was than summer, because summer brings up so much. Yeah, I just wanted to vent. That's that. I don't know, I spoke so much, I'm out of words, literally rendered myself speechless. Yeah, I know I'm not the only one who feels this way, but yeah, thank you for watching. It's really hot, I'm gonna go now. Bye bye.